University of Ilorin, for example, and we have a new university that is just coming up, you should know that a University of Ilorin that has been established since 1975, you cannot compare its staff strength with a university just established 2-3 years ago. And a university that was just established cannot have 2,000 staff at the beginning. Maybe they will start with 2 or 3 lecturers in a department. So what the law allows is that upcoming university will be mentored by the established universities.
Yeah, welcome to the platform. My name is Oluwalo from Da Silva. I'm the anchor for this program. The next 30 minutes to 1 hour, I'll be taking you through our guests. The platform treats issues on economy, commerce, politics, religion, international relations and diplomacy, and all issues about human endeavor. And with me on today's program is
Dr. Ajibola Bakare from the Department of Political Science, University of Ilorin.
Okay. What is your take on the ongoing Asuu strike?
Well, I've said it on several occasions that I am a member of Asuu and I believe in the cause Asuu is fighting. You know, if we cast our mind back, before now, Asuu has not been fighting because of welfare of members. The primary effort of Asuu has been on how the university system can be developed so that what we have in public primary and secondary school today will not be happening to public universities. And if people can afford to put their kids in private primary and secondary school, how many people will be able to afford to put their children in private universities? And that's why Asuu is championing the cause that public university in Nigeria should be improving and not be going down in terms of what it could offer. We have so many situations where students will be in school, we teach them theoretically, but no equipment, no material to teach them practically. So they will only know combination of chemicals on paper. But by the time you put that chemical in front of them, they don't even know what to do it. They can't recognize it. So that's what Asuu is saying. And look at, if you compare, if you want to appreciate the effort of Asuu, compare what today we have in the university, polytechnic and colleges of education. If you care to know that the salary structure of federal colleges of education and federal polytechnic is even better than that of university. Why? Because while Asuu has been busy fighting for infrastructure in the universities, our colleagues are already fighting. They were fighting for their salary. That's why to some extent you will still see some development in the universities than in the polytechnic. So, but that notwithstanding, we are still not comfortable with the situation of things. We are in a situation where we are putting 600 students in a classroom that is meant for 100 students. These are what Asuu is. This is one of what Asuu is. And for the first time, staff, members of Asuu are also saying enough is enough on the peanuts that we are being paid. We are all going to the same market. Can you go to the market and say, because I am a university teacher, sell rice for me at a reduced price? No. They will still collect their money. In fact, I used to tell people they will even attempt to take more money from you once they recognize that you are a university, because everybody believes there is a lot of money in the university, not knowing that we are poorly paid. So we want a situation where Asuu members will also have a good welfare, can ride a good car, can live in a comfortable home, do their research, and live at least a moderate life.
You just mentioned the issue of research. Do you think the various academics we have in this country are living up to the expectation in terms of developing this country technologically and making use of their research findings in developing the country?
Well, thank you very much. You see, we are just in a situation where we find ourselves under leaders that don't know what they are doing. Sorry to say. Because you see, university is supposed to be looked towards if you want development. The outcome of research is for you to see recommendations on how to develop the countries. And we have thousands of them, both on the bookshelf and online. But we are in a situation where our government don't even go to the universities for outcome of research. For instance, in University of Ilorin, we have a program that the current vice chancellor was the chairman of that program before he became the vice chancellor. We call it lab to product. The outcome of research, you try to turn it into a product that will bridge the gap between the town and the gown, between the community and the university. But unfortunately, government is not looking at that side. Look at this issue of Boko Haram banditry. Before it escalated, researchers have done so many work on the causes and what government can do to solve this. But our government are not interested. That's why the books we are churning out in the university are just gathering dust. Nobody to implement. That's why people are not seeing the impact of the researches on the university. If you go to China, for example, you see all these rechargeable lantern, all these lithium battery that you are seeing. They are product of student projects that will now be packaged and transfer the copyright to companies who will now mass produce them. That's what we need in Nigeria. Come to our university. There are students that are doing fine, lecturers that are developing researches that could benefit the country. But the government is not looking at that side. Even in the US, you see that when presidential election is coming, they go to the university. The debates among the presidential candidates are done in the university. But let me tell you, I stand to be corrected. When last did you see our politicians in Kwara going to the university, either to campaign or to engage in policy discourse? Anytime the university is organizing a program and invite them to come and give talk, they will not come. All what you see is they will just send a representative. So they are deliberately creating a gap between the town and the gown which we want to bridge. So we cannot blame the university for the development problems that we have. If you go to any university in Nigeria today and decide to pick the researches that they have done to solve the problem of Nigeria, you don't need 2-3 universities, just pick one and see how wonderful the lecturers are in form of research.
Okay, it is often said that when you leave governance to the fools, you suffer the rule of fools. It is well known that the academics, they shy away from coming into politics. Don't you think you're also guilty of this accusation?
Well, I will not agree to that accusation. You see, we have academics who are interested in politics. But the problem is this: the way Nigerian politics is designed is embedded with money politics. If you don't have money, you go nowhere in Nigeria. How many academics can afford? Let me cite example. APC sold his presidential nomination form at 100 million. PDP sold his at around 40 million or so. Now pick one lecturer in Nigeria that can afford that. Our salary is the salary of a professor for a full year cannot buy the nomination form. So not to talk of maintaining campaign office and doing campaign rally, printing poster. So it's not that we are not interested in joining politics, but we don't have the capacity. We don't have the financial means to go into politics. That's why the few academics that you see in politics is either they are being financed by a godfather, or they have another business as a side hustle that fetch them money that they could spend in participating in politics. We have fine gentlemen who are interested in politics, and to our own advantage, the law guiding university, unlike civil service, did not prevent us from participating in politics. We can participate, but the problem is just that the fund is just not there.
But there's also this accusation going around that university professors are used as resident electoral commissioners, and these same people help politicians to rig elections. Is the university system not destroying the town?
Well, it's not particularly that they are used as resident electoral commissioner. They are just used as maybe returning officers. But in that case, it was not the case before Jega. It was Professor Jega that brought the university professors or lecturers into serving as returning officers for INEC because of integrity. But any lecturer that is participating in INEC work is not doing so under the platform of Asuu or under the platform of representing a university. It's just an individual engagement. Once you decide to join INEC to conduct election, you are doing so bearing your name. So, and except you want to deny the fact that we can't deny the fact that those lecturers that are participating in this program have been doing wonderfully well, except very few ones. And you know, the few ones are relatively small compared to those that are doing wonderful jobs. So there is no way the few ones, if they are caught, they should be punished. But the action of the few ones should not be used to rob the integrity of the many. Look at the volume of lecturers that have been doing presiding officers for INEC. If you now pick 2 or 3 that are bad egg, does that mean the thousands remaining are also bad? No. So that's why I will also want to agree with that allegation. So the lecturers that are doing election work are not doing so representing their university or Asuu, and majority of them are doing it fine. That's why INEC is still using the lecturers. If they have not been doing it very well, INEC will have turned the other side. Some people were doing it before, and INEC saw that it was bringing the integrity of the institution to mud. That was why INEC turned to the university, and INEC is not regretting, to the best of my knowledge.
Okay. Coming back to the issue of IPPS controversy, it is said that because of the corruption in the university, that's why Asuu is trying to reject, because it's a situation whereby a lecturer earns income in more than 5-6 universities based on visiting or otherwise. What's your take on this, sir?
Well, that is not correct. You see, the problem we have in Nigeria is a problem of misinformation, and people are not ready to verify information before they turn it to be fact. You see, there is no lecturer earning salary from 5, 6, 7 places. You see, what we have, if there is any lecturer that take up a teaching job as a full-time staff in 2 or 3 universities, is a criminal and should be treated as such, because the law forbids it. You see, what we are, the situation we have that make a lecturer to work in 2, 3 places is legal. It's not peculiar to Nigeria. It's happening across the world. And let me explain it. You see, if we have University of Ilorin, for example, and we have a new university that is just coming up, You should know that a University of Ilorin that has been established since 1975, you cannot compare its staff strength with a university just established 2-3 years ago. And a university that was just established cannot have 2,000 staff at the beginning. Maybe they will start with 2 or 3 lecturers in a department. So what the law allows is that upcoming university will be mentored by the established universities. So what you do is you now recruit, you approach the lecturers, the professors in the established universities to come on secondment to the newly established university in order for them to benefit from his wealth of experience. So by that time, he as a visiting lecturer will be grooming the lecturers, maybe their assistant lecturers, will be grooming them until that university is also full-fledged to do away with visiting lecturers. And at that point in time, any lecturers that is coming on visitation will not take full salary. What they normally pay is allowance. And allowances are usually not paid every month. They are usually paid per semester. Now, another angle is that after anybody from the rank of senior lecturer upward in the university is entitled to go on sabbatical leave after every 5 years. Now, when you now go on sabbatical leave, you spend 1 year in another university, and at that point in time, you collect double salary. Full salary from your university and full salary from the university where you are serving, and it's just for only 1 year. And before you can entitle to that, that will be after another 5 years back in your university. And this is a practice all over the world. And the essence is not because of the money. The essence is for the university where you are going to benefit from the way you are doing your things in your university, and for you to also benefit from the way they are doing that, so that you can cross-fertilize idea. You know, we have some lecturers who attended University of Ilorin BSc, University of Ilorin MSc, University of Ilorin PhD, and they are teaching in University of Ilorin. So if after 5 years they are opportune to go to UI, University of Ibadan, and see the way they do things, you know, they can cross-fertilize idea, bring the idea they are using in Ilorin to the benefit of University of Ibadan, pick what they are doing in University of Ibadan and bring it back to University of Ilorin. That's the essence. And it will also encourage collaboration. By leaving your university, going to another university, you know other lecturers, you go into collaboration, you do joint research, and that will be to the benefit of the country. So those people that are saying one lecturer is working in 6-7 places is not correct. And because it's not peculiar to Nigeria. So let them just get the fact right. Any lecturer that happens to be on full employment in 2 universities, when I say full employment, is to be a full-time lecturer in 2 or more universities, is a criminal and should be treated as such. So what we have is just for you to be an adjunct. You can even be an adjunct lecturer in your own school. If, for example, you can be in political science, your services may be needed in Department of Public Administration. You know, they are related. And if they don't have enough staff, they can draft people from political science to assist them to teach. So that's what university is meant for.
Okay, coming to your own university, University of Ilorin.
Thank you.
What do you think you stand to regret by joining Asuu after a long time of stay away?
Well, I am proud to say I don't regret joining Asuu.
But it's affecting your students.
It's not affecting them. The reason why I say it's not affecting them is, if we look at it from their, maybe, I don't want to use the word selfish. If you look at it from their own angle of they want to finish in 4 years, we may say it's affecting them. But in the real sense, it's for their own benefit. By the time, okay, let me cite an example. Asuu is fighting for revitalization fund to put university into shape. Is University of Ilorin my father's property? If the federal government bring money and build classroom, buy equipment to the university, if by tomorrow I'm leaving University of Ilorin, will I live with it? It is federal government property. So we are fighting for the system. So we are not regretting. When we were not part of Asuu, did we have any benefits? Did government bring special fund that for Ilorin not being part of Asuu, this is what we are doing for you? Nothing. We are not benefiting anything. And Yoruba people will say anything kiki o yoyon, aiki o le mebi payon. So when we were not part of Asuu, no federal government special development. So when we are part of Asuu, and you know, when we were not part of Asuu, outsider only don't know that we were suffering. We were suffering because there were sanctions on Ilorin. I remember there are several occasions that we will attend conference. Once they heard that we are from University of Ilorin, they send us away. Other universities have stopped their lecturers from coming on sabbatical to our university. That collaboration, inter-university collaboration that we're supposed to be enjoying, we were not seeing it. We can't go for conferences. They will not come to our university to do external examiner for us. But now that we are part and parcel of Asuu, all those things are coming. And university, I am proud to even say University of Ilorin is a leading light in Asuu today. Ask anybody among the national officers, they respect University of Ilorin now as a result of our active participation in union activities and the selfless service of our Professor Ajibola led executive of ours. So we are not regretting. Personally, I am not regretting that we joined Asuu.
Okay, by the time you resume, maybe when Asuu strike is called off, how do you think you'll be able to match up to cover syllabus for your students?
Thank you very much for that wonderful question. You see, that's the difference between academic work and other work. You see, if you are a civil servant and you go on strike, when you resume after a long period of strike, you continue from that resumption date. But that's not the case of with academic experience. We are on strike now. If by tomorrow we resume, we will pick from the last day, the day we went on strike. We will pick it. That's why when government said no work, no pay, we said government is joking, because the work that we did not do throughout the period of the strike is like we postpone it. We will still do the work, because it's not possible for us to resume tomorrow and start new session. We will have to revert back, and what we normally do is to deny ourselves of vacation. If after strike, after resumption, no lecturer will be able to go on leave, no lecturer will be able to go on vacation, the period that we're supposed to have 2-3 months long vacation, we collapse it and do session. So that's why you see in some cases in a year we can run 2 academic sessions in a year, because ordinarily we are supposed to use 8 months and the remaining 4 months as vacation. So at the end of the day, we use 8 months for one session. The 4 months we use it as half of another session. Then we move to another year, use the remaining 4 months to complete that half session, and use the remaining. So we will now spend 2 years at a stretch to cover 3 academic sessions without any rest. So we are still going to pay back for the period that we have spent. So government cannot deny the fact that they just have to pay for that period.
So what's your advice to government and to the students now?
Well, the students should support Asuu in order to make government to do the needful. What we are asking for is not beyond the means of the government. Government has the capacity. If anybody tells you that there is no money, government is broke, I can authoritatively tell you that is a lie. It's only that government did not set its priority right. There is no government in the world that have enough resources to cater for its needs. Money is scarce. That is why everybody is looking for it. So Government cannot at any point in time, even during the oil boom, government will still complain that there is no money. So there will never be a time that there will be money. Government only need to set priority and put education, because education is the bedrock. Education is the foundation of development of other sectors. So government should just come back, implement the agreement that we both signed, that has been renegotiated, and once that is done, we resume. We don't have any issue. We resume and return to the job we left, and we complete them.
Thank you for coming on our program.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome.